All right, I guess we should begin now. And first of all, thank you so much for joining on a Saturday morning. I know, this is one of those lazy days, and especially in winters. So, first of all, super duper thank you for joining in on a Saturday morning, and welcome again to the event. Just to ensure, in the chat, if you can tell me if you can hear me and see me, the usual question, am I audible? All right, two people have said yes. Great, great. Okay, then let's begin with a quick introduction. And I'll also give you a small walk around of how to use this for the best uh, possible way so that you can interact with this speaker, Kumar, and you can basically ask as many questions and get all your doubts clarified. So before that, here's a quick introduction. I'm Arpan. I am someone who's building communal right now. And I love to build solutions for people around me. So one of them came out to be communal. Other than this, I am a web developer. I'm an organizer with Google Developer Group New Delhi. And yes, I've also taught web development in the past, worked on healthcare, startups, and a couple of things. But today isn't about me. Today is about blockchain. So we will be discussing that. Before that, can we have a quick introduction of everyone in the chat? It would be amazing to know everyone. So if you can just write which city you are joining from and what do you do right now? Like you're a student, in what stream or what college? That would be amazing to know. Amazing. Okay. So Lokesh says he's from Delhi, BPIT EC first year student. Hey, Lokesh. Ritik is joining from Kolkata. Wow. Student in Triple IT Guwahati ECE. Amazing. We have two ECE students. Yash is from BPIT IT branch in Ghaziabad, first year student. Wow. You're beginning right on time, Yash, I would say. One more student from BPIT, Triple E first year. Amazing. So no one from computer science till now. That is more interesting, I would say. Uh, okay, Ghaziabad student in ABES. Oh, I once went there. We found Charu. First of all, hey Tejveer and hey Charu from Ghaziabad, CSE, ABES, IT, and Sandeep from ABES, Kavya from ABES, Ayush from ABES. Wow, so many people from ABES and I guess BPIT. Amazing. Shilpa is from Himachal, Kangra, CSC. Amazing. All right then. We will quickly go through how to use the platform. And for that, I'll have to reshare my screen. Okay. So if you see, this is basically my host view. So that is why I'm getting a couple of different buttons as compared to yours. But this is the place where we are chatting right now. So you need to use this for any sort of, chat that you want to put in. But if you're specifically looking for questions, you should be utilizing this tab. So for example, if I ask a question, just a sample question, what will happen is people will be able to upvote it. I cannot upvote my own question, but you can try upvoting my question, and the speaker will be able to see which is a more popular question, and they will be able to answer it faster. Amazing. I mean, this is very common. And then there are some polls. So let's begin with one of the polls. I would say, if I start with one, which is the latest movie or series that you've watched? Let's fill it. Let's see the results right now before we begin. I guess I watched, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I haven't watched a movie of late. Okay. Okay, I have it open on two screens, so I'll close it from here. And so yes, let's see. These polls are right now completely anonymous, as in no one gets to see who has watched which movie. So don't worry about it. If the pop-up didn't show up on your screen, you can just go to this polls tab and you can just start it for yourself or fill an option from here. Okay. All right. So what I'll do is let's wait for 10 more seconds and then I'll close the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's good to participate. If I see the results, okay, Money Heist, I know it's getting quite popular, the latest one. Mr. Robot, Shersha, Squid Game. Yes, yes. So I would fall into this category. I watched some part of Squid Game. And Vincenzo, Dark, amazing. Cool. Keep enjoying. Watching movies is very important for our creativity. Okay, so without further ado, let's quickly introduce our speaker. I would maybe introduce him in one line and then, move on to him introducing himself. We have with us Kumar Satyarth, and he's a smart contract developer intern. Now, that is an interesting position. Apart from the intern, the smart contract developer is something that we don't usually hear very commonly.
Arpan, like I would like to correct one thing. Sorry to interrupt. Like now it's like full-time role, so I'm
Oh, okay. We just
we need to
got
correct.
you from LinkedIn. So
Yes, yes,
congratulations first,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
he's a
thank you.
full-time developer now.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So thank you so much, Kumar, for taking out time and taking this initiative to contribute to the community. And would love to know how did you get this job? What do you do here? Before we begin with the session.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, thank you, Arpan, for introducing me and inviting here. So, I would like to share my short story, like how I got into the blockchain domain and Web3 space, and just fall into the smart contract development part. So it's now 1 year now while I was exploring now. In November 2020, I started blockchain, exploring blockchain, exploring Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin and all this stuff. Because Bitcoin was booming at that time. So first of all, I started with the cryptocurrencies things. Like I thought like Bitcoin is only the cryptocurrency. And I wasn't aware of like what is Bitcoin and can is Bitcoin a blockchain or what? So I just thought of it as cryptocurrencies. Then
Mhm.
I got a senior who suggested me, hey, you should read a white paper. So I thought, what is white paper? I just know documentation thing. What the hell is white paper? So he shared Bitcoin white paper with me, and it was 30, 40 pages long. I don't know what is the length. So I just read only 4 to 5 pages of the starting, and I just got to know, hey, this is same as what we are having like UPI. We can send money digitally. So what is the difference between Bitcoin and UPI? So then I searched, hey, how we can utilize the power of Bitcoin. So then I got to know, hey, Bitcoin is only cryptocurrency; it is a blockchain also. Then hey, you should Google out what is blockchain. Then I Google out blockchain. So hey, there are many types of blockchain. Then I searched types of blockchain. Then got hey, Ethereum is also a blockchain, not a cryptocurrency. So hey, Ethereum is a blockchain. Let's Google out Ethereum. So I started my journey by Googling itself. Like no one was there to teach me like blockchain or anything. Like I didn't take up any course or anything. Just Google out anything I found and just get answer there. So then Ethereum and okay, yeah, okay. Just turn on my camera. Just avoid my morning face. Okay. Yeah. So then I Google out what is Ethereum blockchain. I got to know, hey, we can even develop apps on the blockchain. Is it possible? So yeah, it was possible on Ethereum blockchain. But I was not fan of Ethereum. I was fan of Bitcoin that time. But when I got to know only Ethereum is the possible, it is a blockchain where we can develop codes or develop a smart app on this Ethereum blockchain. And I was kind of a developer guy and also community guy. So I thought, why not build something apart from machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, because everyone was moving on this domain, right? So I thought like let's make it different. So I started like how to code, how to make on Ethereum blockchain. Then I got to know, hey, there is a smart contract term. So smart contract is like something like contract based something, building architectures and all these things. So hey, this is very bad. I don't want to involve in this. So then I got to know, hey, no, smart contract is kind of contract documentation, and it is smart. So okay, let's start with this. So and then I got to know, hey, you have to learn new languages. That is Solidity. So I searched how to learn Solidity. So you can see my journey started with only Googling. Like I just Google out everything. Uh, Everything there was a new. I just Google out how to learn this, how to do this, what is this. Then after starting like in December 2020, I
Mhm.
just started learning Solidity, and it took me around 1.5 months to just get the basics because it was most related to JavaScript. So I learned that thing and started building apps and watch some tutorials because there is no you can say good resources on YouTube available also. If you will search React course, you will get a tons of React courses on YouTube that is free, and web courses are there. But if you search how to learn Solidity on YouTube, you will just get one or two videos itself, not even playlist. So that is the problem right now. Like there is no good course or no good resources available on internet for you can say development on. So, but I somehow I just got into the documentation and reading articles. Medium articles are the good one, and so then I started building apps and all these things and participated in a hackathon, and then I got and I won a hackathon. Then you can say confidence was
That's
at
where the
peak.
journey
Yes.
boosted.
Then I
Yeah.
got to know like, hey, I can do. So I that after that I started applying to some internship like, hey, I can build apps and all these things. So I hit at TimeSwap. So before that I was building apps for hackathon, for but after getting into the internship I was building apps for you can say production, like production level code.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
yeah.
Super duper. Thank you for sharing this. So, for those who have just joined in, thank you so much for joining in and welcome to the event. What we've done is we've just started with Kumar sharing his journey into how he Googled through and then found a lot of details about blockchain and different ways it can be used. And then, finally, when he won an hackathon, that is where his confidence also got up. So, today we'll be coding an app. And for those of you who are curious, this is just the first one or first event in the series. We plan to bring you as many people from, or as many, I would say, apps that you can code. Kumar might be taking a lot more sessions together so that you can code different applications of blockchain, and then you can begin your career from there. And maybe you can also ask him for a referral in some time if you become an expert at it, or if you do some live projects. Okay. So without just taking any more time, Kumar, over to you completely. I'll keep coming on and off the stage to take up questions, so don't worry about that. I'm here throughout the event, and please share your screen, and we can directly begin.
Yep. So Arpan, thanks. Like today, as Arpan already mentioned, like we'll have a series events on this blockchain. So today we will not covering the code part, but yeah, surely we will show how the block looks like, what is the node, and how transactions look like. We will completely visualize all the things that are available on the blockchain. That will be live thing. You can see that the transactions are in the live. Like, every transaction like people are doing right now in the whole world. You can see all those transactions. So we will visualize that, and we will also see blockchain Bitcoin nodes, like what are nodes and who are validators and where they are located. And so we will see all the network live maps, like in the whole world, where are the network of Bitcoin is set up. So we will see that and we will visualize that. So okay, so just stop my camera because okay, okay, now fine. Okay, okay. So this is like blockchain 101 because this is the first session of this series, and we will have multiple. uh, sessions, multiple, you can say, talks or workshops in this series. So we will cover most of it, like starting from the basics of the blockchain, and after that, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, making your own smart contracts, deploying your own blockchain app on Ethereum, and also like what are the opportunities available in blockchain space, you can say, because Arpan already mentioned like, hey, Satyat, you have to refer the kids, those students. Yeah, that's true, because I've already got many opportunities that are available, and I couldn't share with anyone because there are no one like interested in the blockchain right now. So those all the opportunities are going to be like, I can share that thing. Okay. So first of all, starting with my introduction. So Arpan already gave my introduction. I am blockchain developer, or you can say smart contract developer at times, sir. Why we say blockchain developer or smart contract developer? It's basically blockchain developer is kind of, you can say, a whole bundle of the things like making smart contracts, deploy, writing scripts, uh, what else, like testing all the smart contracts. So blockchain developer is kind of a bundle thing that involves smart contract development also. Yeah, so that's all, and today we are going to learn about is like centralization and decentralized system, because before getting to blockchain, we need to understand why there is a need of blockchain, why we need that. We are already having a centralized thing, we are already living in web 2, so why we need a web 3 space, right? Why there is a need of a block, and introduction to blockchain, what is blockchain and how blockchain works. Because if you are going to make app on the blockchain, you need to learn the basic understanding of the basic fundamentals of the blockchain, how blockchain works, how like types of the blockchain and everything about the blockchain, because you can't just go and write smart contracts and make your own apps on the blockchain without knowing the fundamentals of the blockchain. Yeah, and the applications and the use cases, and after that the quick question and answer thing. Okay, so this session will be short, like not long. I won't take your Saturday time. So the first
Sorry to interrupt. Just one small question. Will it be possible, because we will begin coding completely from the next session, I think.
uh-huh.
But will it be possible that we incorporate 10 or 15 minutes or maybe even 5 minutes, wherein if you have any open source projects, yours or someone else's, wherein all
Mhm.
the concepts that you are going to share today, you can just take them through the code, so that next time when they join, they are able to explore before that on their own, and then maybe if that is possible. Just curious.
Yes, I will try to show some smart contracts, how smart contracts look like, and what Solidity is like. Okay, I'll show how smart contracts look like. Okay, if that fine with you. Yeah,
Amazing, amazing. Thank you
yeah,
so much. Yeah.
yeah. I will also like try to show Solidity code, how Solidity code, but I will take that at the end. Okay, if that is
Yes, yes. Super
yeah.
cool.
Okay, thanks. Sir. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so guys, starting with the centralization system. Okay, what are the centralized system? What are you are using right now? Even this app like Comedel or anything that you are using, WhatsApp, Facebook, anything. All these apps are centralized. Why we say centralized? Because centralized system consists of a server and a client, or one server and many clients. Yeah, and even many server and main server. So basically, centralized system follows client server architecture, right? Like if you talk about how it is working, so you can assume a client server architecture as a your customer, that is client, going in a restaurant and ordering some. Okay, so the client will be the customer who is going to the restaurant, and what he is going to do, he is going to order some food. Like suppose he wants to eat pizza. Okay, so he will give his order to the waiter like, hey, I want with pizza. So the waiter is API. Okay, and he will go to the backend, that is kitchen. Okay, and he will, what he will pass your order or request to kitchen, that is backend, and backend, the kitchen will prepare your order. Okay, so the backend will process your request and whatever data is there, and they will fetch from database. So here the database can be what, you can say storehouse of the kitchen, or where the materials are being stored. So he will, the kitchen will fetch the data from their storehouse, or warehouse. I don't know, anything you can call anything, and it will process the data, it will make pizza, and it will serve you. The waiter is going to take your order from kitchen and serve to your desk. Okay, so what is this process like? You send a request to backend, and backend fetches the data from database, processes it with your request, and send you the response, right? And the middleman who is going to pass your request to backend and backend to frontend, or sorry, the user, is known as API. So in this system, the kitchen can be called as assumed as a server, and you as a customer can be assumed as a client. So that is how a centralized system works. Like many clients are there, and one server is there, and which is responsible for processing the data and sending back the data, whatever result is there, to the client. So this is a client server architecture. I am sure like you all have read about the client server architecture. So this is how centralized system works. And also, what are they like? These are highly dependent on network connectivity. Suppose if the network goes down, okay, like recently WhatsApp was down, Facebook was down, even Google was down sometime. So Gmail work, okay. So this all centralized system are highly dependent on the network connectivity, right? So, and what is the third point? Less possibility of data backup, because what you can say, like, all these data are stored in the database, right? So even if one database got hacked, or like all the data got vanished, so in this case, you are not able to fetch your data or get your data back, right? So there are less possibility of data backup. And the fourth point is difficult server maintenance. So you are already knowing, like, there are a team that is constantly working on the server maintenance thing, because they what their role is, like, maintaining the server, updating it, and checking if there is no error or bug that is going on the server. So there is a constant need of server maintenance in the centralized system, because there is one server and multiple, you can say, small servers, which are like area wise, like server in Mumbai, server in Australia, server in America, but there is a kind of one main server, right? And you can say examples are everything, like whatever you use right now: Wikipedia, banks, institution, Uber, Facebook, Amazon, anything you use. Okay, Twitter, even Twitter, anything you are using right now, that is cent system, and that's why we called it Web 2. Okay. Now coming to the centralized system, why we need centralized system? Every node makes its own decision, because in centralized system there is a client and server architecture. In decentralized system, there is nothing like that. There is no server, there is no client. Every node, when I say node can be assumed as a computer. Okay. So every computer makes its own decision. Like every computer can be assumed as a server, or even client, not even server, even client, because they make their own decision, and they pass the request or responses to every computer that is connected in their network. Okay, so you can assume centralized system as an web of a spider. Okay, how it is connected? Like there is no central link. It is all those intersection of the web are can be assumed as a node, and all these nodes are interconnected with each other. So if you request anything, those requests will be sent to every node, and those all nodes will send their individual responses, and then based on their responses, collectively, like then only based on those responses, your request will be processed. Okay. So the final behavior of a system is aggregate of decision of the individual nodes. That is how decentralization works. Okay, like the decision is not made because of the server. It is made because of all the nodes that are connected with each other. Like suppose there are 100 nodes connected, okay, and 50% of the node 51% of the nodes, hey, the answer to this question is yes, and 49% of the nodes or computers are saying, hey, answer to this question is no. Then what the decision will be taken? It will be taken based on the majority. So here, in case of 100 networks connected to a network, 51% of the network were saying the answer is yes. So the answer will be based on maximum quantity, maximum votes, you can say. So the answer will be yes. So this is how a decentralized system works. There is democracy, you can say. in the decentralized system. It's not like centralized system. Like if the server says answer is yes, then answer is, and it says no, then no. So this is how a centralized system works. And the third point is there is no single entity that receives or responds to the request. So there is not a single entity like server that receives and responds to this request. Every node makes their its own decision. Okay. Now, if you talk about the decentralized system, what are the examples? So if you talk about the day-to-day life applications, there are, I don't think there are much application we are using, but if you are aware of torrent, torrent is kind of decentralized, you can say. It is a peer-to-peer network. So if you know the seeders and what is the other thing, seeders and peerers, I'm just not remembering the name. So if you check, those all are the networks which are connected in a network. So these every node in a you can say torrent is connected to each other. So that's how a torrent works. Okay. So if you talk about decentralized system in the blockchain, it is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and all the blockchain, like not private blockchain, of course, public blockchain, are kind of decentralized. Okay. So just a quick comparison of centralized and decentralized system. So there is a third party involvement in centralized system? Yes. And decentralization? No, because we don't need a third party involvement. We don't need a server kind of thing. Okay. We don't need we don't need waiters. It is centralized, so everyone is helping each other. So we don't need third party. Now talking about control. So the full control of the centralized system is in under the central authority. Like what is the central authority? Central authority can be anything, like the government. The government is controlling the whole you can say country, right? If they want to make a decision, they are those who are going to make a decision. The full control of everything is under the control of the central authority. But if you talk about decentralization, so in the decentralized system, it's kind of fully democracy thing. So all the controls which you are talking about, it stays with the user. It doesn't go with the server thing, or you can say the boss thing or centralization thing. So in decentralization, it is a fully democracy. You are going to take your own decision. You are going to make your own decision, and that's all. Okay. No one is going to control yourself. Like no one is going to ban you, even if there is a you are doing illegal thing. No one is going to ban you in decentralized system. But if you talk about centralized system, if you are going to do anything wrong, you are going to be just getting banned. Okay. And if you talk about security, so in centralized system, you are already aware, like every day there are multiple attacks that are being multiple attacks are being like what we'll say, like every centralized system is more prone to hacks. Like every centralized system, like even Facebook was got hacked or kind of thing, even MobiQuick, Domino's, everything you talk about centralized application, they are more prone to hacks. Like they can be hacked easily. I would say easily, because if you compare that thing, decentralized system, you can't hack a decentralized system easily, because there is no server kind of thing, right? There is decentralization, so every node is there, and if you want to hack each node, you have to hack every node, right? That's how a decentralized system works. But in case of centralization, if you hack the server, you can easily change the data that is stored in the database of the client. So if you want to hack the user or database of user, you are just going to, what you're going to do, you are going to hack the server, and that's all. That's what you need to do. And if you talk about the data leaks, like in centralized system, they are prone to data leaks, but in decentralized system, data can't be leaked. Okay, right? That's all. And in comparison of the transaction fees, in centralized system there are high fees, and decentralized system it is lower fees. Now if someone is going to ask me, hey Satyarth, but that's wrong. In decentralized system you have to pay gas fee. I have heard of gas fee. If you are going to do a transaction, even a single transaction read operation blockchain, you have to pay gas fees. But on centralized system you don't have to. That's true, bro. I agree. But that is kind of different thing. Okay. And when I'm talking to this transaction fees, these transaction fees is mostly related to whatever transaction you are going to do while transferring your assets, while transferring your money. So if you talk about suppose you are earning in USD, okay, US dollar, okay, and you want to convert to INR. So I don't think there is a better way of converting USD to INR apart from like PayPal, because PayPal is the most, you can say, like, it is, everyone uses PayPal right now for converting their USD to INR, right? And if you talk about getting your salaries in your INR or in bank account, the PayPal is the best medium. Okay, but if you talk about PayPal, it is costing you like the transaction fees of around approx 9 to 10%, right? So if you are going to transfer 100 USD, 10 USD going to be deducted as a kind of transaction fee. I'm just saying approx. It's not too like it is approx 7 or 8%. I don't remember. Lastly, I was paying 10%. Yeah, so that's what I remember. So if you're doing high amount of transactions, like if you want to mm, transfer 1 crore rupees from USD to 1 million USD to INR, you have to pay very high transaction fees, or you can say even tax, right? But if you talk about decentralized system, you don't have to pay that much. If you want to transfer billion rupees or billion worth of rupees to someone in located in Australia or America, you can do that. Have to just pay gas fees, and that would be approx $5 to $10, or you can say. So if you talk about $5 to $10, that's approx 500 to 700 rupees. So if you just pay a transaction fees of 5 to 700 rupees, you can transfer millions and millions of rupees to someone, right? So that's how transactions works in centralized system and decentralized system. Now the major part comes here.
Just one small, sorry to interrupt. There are two questions. So people, let's take 2 minutes. If you have any questions, Kumar, can we move to the previous slide once, please?
Yes,
So
yes,
that if people want to ask questions. So there are two questions. One is Lokesh is asking, is it like a peer-to-peer network, or how
yes.
is it different? Maybe.
Yes. It is kind of peer-to-peer thing. Uh, you can see there is a centralized system, there is a decentralized system, and there is a distributed system. So blockchain is more like a, you can say, distributed system, not decentralized. It is more like a distributed. It's more like a peer-to-peer network. Like if you talk about Bitcoin blockchain is also a peer-to-peer network. It's not like a centralized or decentralized thing. It is more distributed kind of thing. But generally, we say decentralized because it is not centralized. So yeah, it's like a peer-to-peer network.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you for answering that. Another question is asked by Daksh, but before that, Lokesh has also asked, can you please provide slides and other stuff? Lokesh,
Yes,
Kumar
yes,
will be adding the slides and everything in the session details, so it will be visible on his profile. I'll soon share a link in the chat and also post the event so that you can go follow him for more blockchain content, and you can find the slides over there. Uh, so Daksh is asking, aren't decentralized systems sharing data with each node? How is data privacy being followed here?
I think Lokesh has already answered that question. It is
Yes.
encrypted. Yes. The thing is important thing about decentralized or blockchain, you can say, is everything is encrypted. It is not like you can see everything on like if there is an image also on blockchain, it is in encrypted form. You can't see that thing, right? And you can't decrypt also. Only the thing is like blockchain can encrypt and blockchain can decrypt. There are multiple algorithms that is working there. The most secure algorithm is like updated one. So the blockchain is also the Bitcoin blockchain is using some kind of outdated, you can say, or cryptography or cryptography. But Ethereum is like mostly using new algorithm, you can. So there are multiple algorithms which are used in the blockchain. You can use any of them. So yeah, everything on the blockchain, you can say public, even if you are talking about public decentralized system. So everything is is in encrypted form. I'll just show you later onwards, like how even everything. If you do a single transaction, you will get an hash transaction ID, which you can't decrypt, right? Only the blockchain can see that thing. So I'll show you later onwards. So how the things are there. And if you have used of IPFS, like it's more like a database thing. I'll share that thing later. So even if you change a bit, if you just take a image and you just change one pixel of the image, then whole hash, whole encrypted ID will be changed. So that's how powerful a algorithm you can say. If you change one single bit, you can say image consists of many bits, right? If you change one single bit, like change one color of red to green, the whole hash ID, whole encrypted hash ID will be changed. So that how you can say algorithm works in blockchain. Like very powerful algorithm are used in blockchain. If in the final year subject there is cryptography thing. So if you will go in final year, you will read about cryptography in details. So cryptography is the technique, you can say, algorithm thing kind of used in the blockchain, but it is not mostly related to the blockchain. Even cryptography are used in other things also nowadays. So if you are making a good algorithm, good app which wants more security, you can use cryptography. So cryptography is a different topic, but in blockchain, cryptography is being used. That's why we called it. That's why we called it kind of cryptocurrency or kind of thing, because it is encrypted. Yeah.
Amazing. Super cool. Thank you for answering those. People,
Any more
please
questions?
don't hesitate to keep
Okay.
asking questions in the Q&A tab. And yes, please continue.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I don't think there are more questions. Guys, if you have more questions, you can directly ask in Q&A. Arpan will just stop me and I'll just answer them all. Okay. So moving on to the next slide. Now the major part comes here. We have already learned about decentralized system, centralized system. So why we need a decentralized system? Now you are already aware. Like there are multiple benefits and multiple demerits of centralized system and multiple benefits of and advantages of decentralized system or distributed system over centralized system. Right. So now the thing comes is blockchain. So what is blockchain? We are already aware of decentralized system and why we need decentralization right now. So now what is blockchain? Like how it is related to the, you can say, decentralized thing. So if you read the word blockchain, it is made up of two words, block and chain. So, like anyone in the from the audience wants to just write what is blockchain, like what you understand with the word blockchain, like just see the word block and chain, and what do you understand by this word? Anyone from like you can write in the chat box. I just want to see what you understand with the block and chain. Whatever you what it is coming in your mind, just think here. A block of encrypted data. Okay, chain, and just make a just read the word block and another word chain. Then what are you understanding with this word chain? What is chain and what is how it is related to block? Want to answer? Lucas is like saying, okay, I used to saying there is a lot of blocks which are connected to a single chain. Right, this is good. This is good. Shilpa is saying record of transactions. Okay, fine. This is also good. Charu, chain of blocks joined together. Right. Okay. Disha, blocks are linked with each other by a code. Okay. Yash is saying chain made up of adding blocks together. Okay. Seems like an array, but each record is encrypted from each other. Arpan. Everyone is right. Arpan is the chain of secured blocks. Right. The blocks of connected data through a common chain. Right. So you got to know like like blockchain is kind of thing blocks related to the chain. Like it can be blocks are chained with each other or blocks are in a single linked with in a single chain. So that's right. That is right. So blockchain can be now coming to the blockchain. So how what is blockchain? Blockchain is made up of two words, block and. So it is a simple thing. Block. There is something called block. I'll just go to go and dive deep into what consists of the block. And this you can assume blocks can be anything like you can say bricks or any boxes that are chained together. Right, that's all. That is blockchain, nothing else. Blockchain is a block, kind of blocks which are chained together. Now, coming to the depth of it, like what is block? So, block can be considered anything like in the block, a block can be assumed as a database. So, what you do with the database? You store something, right? So, you are going to store something in block. So, that data, what you are going to store in the blocks are known as record. Okay. So, what are the records? Records are the transactions which you are doing. So what are the transactions? So transaction can be anything. Suppose I am sending one Bitcoin to Daksh. So like this transaction, which I did now on 4th December, 12:43 p.m. My like Kumar Satya sent one Bitcoin to Daksh. This is a transaction. Okay, this is a transaction detail. Like it consists of you can say timestamp, all the data related to the transactions, like my address, Daksh address. But the thing is, like you won't be able to see my name and Daksh name, of course. It will be kind of encrypted address. But these all are transactions, and these transactions are stored in blocks. So you can assume these transactions as a record which are stored in these blocks. Okay, now block is clear. What consists of blocks is clear. Like block can be considered as a database. That is also clear. But the thing is, what is chain? How they are chained together. So each and every block of blockchain are chained using cryptography. So I just talked about cryptography thing. It's kind of hash cryptographic hash which chain together which makes the blocks chain together, right? So you if you know about the data type, data structure, linked list. So how data link list works, right? There is a kind of thing you can say record or node which are linked together, but they are not linked physically. They are linked. How they are linked? There is a pointer kind of thing that to the next node, right, in the linked list, if I'm not wrong. So same here in the blockchain. There is nothing like chaining together, like there is a physical chain which are chaining the blocks. There is a cryptographic hash which are chaining the blocks together. So how it is working? So each block contains a cryptographic hash of the previous block. Suppose there is a block A, will have all the transactions that are done during those duration, and all the records will be stored in those blocks. And when the next block will come, next block will get mined, a cryptographic hash of previous like the block A, the you can say the all the data records stored in the block A are encrypted, and that will generate a hash, like you can say 32 character or 16 character hash, and that hash will be getting stored in the next block, block B. Okay. And in block B, again, all the transactions that are done during that time will be stored, and it will also consist of the previous block hash. And again, block B will be in cryptographically hashed and generate a hash, and that hash of the second block will be stored in the third block, and third block will also do the same. It will have all the records and the previous block hash, and again the third block will be encrypted, and it will generate a hash, and the hash will generate it stored in the fourth block. So this is how all the blocks of blockchain are stored or are chained together, right? So if you read the second para, each block contains a cryptographic hash of the previous block or system and transaction data. So what are transaction data? Transaction data is nothing but it consists of what are the user address, to whom we are sending the what amount, like one ether if you are sending. So all these details are known as a transaction data, a timestamp to see what time or what date we did the transaction, and of course the previous block hash. So each block consists of these things. Okay. So if you talk about the chaining hash with the cryptographic hash, we are just storing the hash of the previous block in the next block, and that's how a chain generates, right? So now if you talk about how this is secure, how blockchain is secure, what is the use of chaining together? Why can't we use a normal database like MongoDB or normal database like SQL and NoSQL, right? So why we need a blockchain kind of database? Because if you talk about normal blockchain, what is the thing, like if you did a transaction previous year like 2020 December 4, what you can do, the owner of the database can go in the database and can edit the data, like, hey, I sent Kumar Satya didn't send 1 Bitcoin to Daksh, he has sent 2 Bitcoin to Daksh. Like, he can change the only the value and it will be valid, right? You can do that. But if you talk about blockchain, it is not like centralized thing. All the database, like if you're talking about blocks and we are storing the records, these are chained together. And every minute, like every, you can say if you're talking about adoption, Bitcoin is like generating each block per 10 minutes. And if you talk about Ethereum, it is generating each block at per per 10 seconds or per 12 seconds. Approx, it is more like 10 to 15 seconds. It takes 10 to 15 seconds to generate a new block. So during those 10 to 15 seconds, whatever transactions are done are stored in that block. And if you talk about 15 seconds later, whatever transactions are done that are stored in the next block. So that is the speed of like blocks generation. And you, if you want to change the previous year data, what you have to do, you have to change all the transaction, all the blocks that been generated after that 4th of December 2020. Because if you are going to change a single value in each block, then it will change the cryptographic hash of that block, and that hash is stored in the next block. So it will change the hash of the next block, and if you change that hash of the next block, it will change the hash of the next. So you can see these sequence, these chaining thing. Like if you change one a single, like if you change even, I just talked about, if you change pixel of an image that is stored on the blockchain, it will change the whole hash thing, right? One single change in a pixel can change everything in the hash. So this is how powerful an algorithm is. This is what the power of blockchain. So if you if you try to change one thing, you have to change that thing in every block. You have to change every hash, every block. So that is impossible, because like you can see, every block is generated per 10 seconds or per 15 seconds. This is like coming to the third para, like by design, a blockchain is resistant to the modification of its data. I just talked about it, how a blockchain is resistant to the modification of its data. We can't modify it because blockchain, like you can assume blockchain is immutable. If any data is stored in the blockchain, you can't change it. Right. Now coming to the last thing, this is because once recorded, the data in any given block cannot be altered retroactively without alteration of all subsequent blocks. This is what I talked about. Like if you are going to change one single data, one single data in one block, you have to change that thing in every block. So this is the power of blockchain. So now how it works. Before coming to this, I'll just talk about things. Uh, I'll just not read whatever it is written. I'll just show you something. Uh, you can open this website ethweaver.live. I'll just show you how can I change my wait.
Hey, need some help?
Yes, I want to share this tab. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Ethereum blockchain.
Till then,
Yes.
people, we could do a poll. Does anyone invest in crypto? Okay, so here's a small poll. If you invest in crypto, which app do you find the best? You can just write a no if you do not, but if you do fill in. I'm sure someone might be heavy pocketed or someone might be experimenting from their savings. So why not? And if anyone has made any money, you could, just refill the poll with the amount you've made. We'll be happy to bring you on stage and discuss the money
Oh
making
man.
strategies.
Oh man.
Okay,
all
all
are
right.
all are
Only
all are
10 more seconds.
all are like billionaires here.
Four,
Sandeep is saying in India we cannot think of crypto. No, I don't think
three,
this is the thing.
two.
Indian government is not going to ban crypto. They are just going to regulate the thing. But the thing is, like, if you talk about the development, which we are talking here, like blockchain development, like no one is going to ban cryptos for development thing. So you are free. You can just make a use of crypto in development part. And even if you talk about outside India, there are multiple opportunities. There are multiple protocols that are running. Even yesterday, Indian government released a book known as what is the name of the book? I just forgot. Something known as blockchain something. Okay,
Okay.
so there they talked about different protocols, how we can India can use blockchain technology. So this is
Interesting.
the good thing India is looking at. So you can't say like crypto is going to ban and all this thing. They are just going to regulate things, like how US is doing. They are just if you are earning money from crypto, you have to just pay the tax. That's all. What India wants, like they want tax.
Interesting. So most of the people have said no, but there are two apps that have come out. With one is Coin DCX and one is WazirX. I guess those are the ones whom we see ads of a lot these days. Okay, and just I guess uh, there is just one question. In fact, two. One is that three questions. Daksh is asking: is it possible for the data to be manipulated before it is updated in other blocks?
Okay. See, the thing is like you can update the data only before it is getting mined. Like it will take about, if you talk about Ethereum, you have got only 10 seconds before you can change it. So if you think you can change it before 10 seconds, yes, you can change it. But
Okay.
once it is getting mined, it is getting on the blockchain. It is going to be mined. You can't change it after that.
Okay.
So before the block gets mined, you have to change that. And if you once the blockchain got mined, you can't change. I have just shared this website ipfs.live. I'll also share the link with you. So this is an amazing website. You can
So
see
there's
where
just two more questions. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
no,
Is
fine.
it possible to create your own chain? Lokesh is asking.
uh, Own chain, you are talking about blockchain. Yes, you can do. You can
Okay.
create your own blockchain. Like if you want to if you are going to create or your own locate blockchain kind of thing, you can do that. And even if you talk about creating your own tokens or cryptocurrency, you can also do that.
Okay. And then one last question by Daksh is: if it's regulated, doesn't it make it centralized again?
Okay. You are talking about cryptocurrencies in India. Okay. So no, the thing is, Indian government is trying to do that thing, like they want to make a live cryptocurrency kind of thing, but they can't do, because cryptocurrency is not like you can say UPI or INR rupees, which they can regulate it. You can illegally, what for India, you can illegally invest in crypto, even if it's getting banned or regulated. So cryptocurrency is not like centralized thing. You can do that, but Indian government won't allow to do that, because if you are you guys already talk about WazirX and CoinDCX. So these apps, what the Indian government is going to do, it will going be to do that. Like they are going to regulate it. Like if someone is earning money or withdrawing their money from WazirX or CoinDCX, they have to pay this much of amount of tax. So that's what they are going to do that. So that is what regulation is according to Indian government. And also Indian government is also planning to release their own crypto, own token. For Indian government, that token will be only public token, and apart from that, all the cryptocurrencies will be called as private. So you can use the all other cryptocurrencies, but that will be kind of private, you can say, for Indian. But you can do that. Nothing is going to be centralized thing. You are free. And if you're talking about the development, you are most free. I would say most free.
All right, cool. Thank you for answering those. Please continue.
Yeah, so you guys also can open this website. This is a cool website which I have seen. Like it is a real time, you can say, of Ethereum blockchain. So you can see all these blocks, right? I'll just zoom out a little bit. Okay, you can see, right, these blocks. What are these blocks? So these are the blocks. Okay, and you can see these chains. If I zoom in, Yeah, the UI is not too good, but it's fine. You can see this chain, this chain, this chain, this chain, this chain. So you can see these are the blocks and these are chained to form a chain. So this is what a blockchain is. This is what I was talking about. This is nothing else, but this is a real-time monitoring. And you can see all these things like yellow thing. These are the transactions or record that are stored here. Like it will be getting collected and it will be going to stored in a next. If you talk about this block, I think which block is the longest one? Yes, this one. Na? Yes, you can see this block number 1373849 is the longest block because during this time though all the transactions were done, they were mostly during those times. But if you talk about this block is like, okay, I'll zoom out. This block is consisting of less records than compared with those. So all these records, what are those? These are like see this. I will just over any of these things. Amount transacted 2.8 ETH, 0 ETH, 3.73 ETH. So these are the ETH. ETH is basically the, you can say it's more like Ethereum or token. So it is a symbol of Ethereum cryptocurrency. Like in Bitcoin, it is BTC. So ETH stands for Ethereum. You can say Ether. Okay, on Ethereum chain. So all these transactions are done right now in the whole world, and these are getting in the mined in the. So if you see, like the latest block is 8511. Now it will take 10 seconds or approx 15 seconds, and next block will be generated automatically. Yeah, see, 5 1. So this is the latest block right now, and all these transactions which are getting converted here are going to be stored here in the 512. Now next block time. Okay, this now again next block. You can see there are multiple reasons of like failing of the you can block mining. So that is different thing, and we are not going to dive deeper into how a block fails and how this link is. Like you can see the link was here, but now link is generated from here to here. So this is the chain. Latest block is this. So if you just click on any transaction, I will just yeah, how I can share the whole tab. Okay, just give me a second. Stop sharing, start sharing window, live share. Okay. Okay. So what I did, I just clicked on this transaction. Like it is a bigger, like it consists of 180 Ethereum. So like the guy is very rich. So I just click on it, and you can see this is the transaction detail which we can see on like Ethereum blockchain. So this is a live one, like on the Ethereum mainnet. Like someone did 47 seconds ago. So like this is the timestamp, and it is status is pending because it is here and it is not mined. So when I say mine, what is the thing? Like you do a transaction and someone having a minor thing, they are called miner. What their task is? Their task is to collect your transaction and store in the blocks. And for this, they have to they are getting rewards in terms of if you're doing they are doing this thing on Bitcoin, they are getting rewards in the Bitcoin. And if you are talking about Ethereum, they are getting the rewards in the Ethereum. So if you are already aware of Bitcoin miners, so what their task is to collect all these records and store in the blocks. So while they are storing, this is called as mined. So what is mined? Mined is something. Uh, Mining is, you can say, storing like generating a block and chaining with the previous block. So that is a different topic. Like I won't go there, but can just assume what is mining. Mining is just simple generating of blocks and storing all the transactions there, kind of thing, right? So it is still pending, and let me refresh. See, no, it is it's still pending. So it took around 2 minutes, and it's there's a pending transaction in the lower end of this one. See, so what is the thing? Like uh, the owner or the sender, what he did, he paid a lower transaction fees. Like this is why this is taking too much time. And, You can see it is pending. So you can see from. So this is the address of the user who did transaction, and he's sending how much ether, like what is the value of like 180 ether, this much of USD dollar to this address. So if you are going to check this address, I'll just click here. So this is the man. He is too rich. He has 180 Ethereum, right? And he has Shiba and all these tokens. And he did all this transaction. Like he have transferred this much of amount to this thing. And you can see all the thing. If you want to explore, you can just open Etherscan. I will just also paste the link here. What is this? I'll just paste the link here. Okay, so in Etherscan, what you can see the live transactions that are being done right now. So you can see this address. Like this is address of the sender or receiver or anything. Like if you are using a MetaMask, this is going to be your address. So this is how a blockchain is anonymous. You can stay anonymous on blockchain, and you can do any transaction you want to do. So this is why government is afraid of, like they won't be able to track you down if you are using blockchain, if you are transferring million rupees to someone in located in Australia or Dubai or anywhere. They can't track you down because your address will be anonymous, and it is not they don't need KYC kind of thing, or they are not tracking your IP or anything. So you can do any transaction you want. Only the thing is you need is the address, and that address is encrypted one. No one can even get to know about you with this address. Only they can know is like what transaction you did and at what day, what was the transaction about, and how much money do you have in your wallet. But they won't be able to know like, hey, this account belongs to me. So this is the good thing about blockchain. So coming back to the slide, like how blockchain works. So this is how a blockchain works. It is kind of thing. It is spreaded, or it is distributed over multiple nodes, and multiple nodes are having same information. So if you are going to change one thing, you have to change it on every node. So this is how a blockchain works, right? So blockchain is also known as distributed ledger technology. So ledger, what is ledger? Ledger is kind of thing where you input like every day-to-day life, like, hey, I did this at this time. So distributed ledger technology. So there is a one ledger, and it is distributed over every node that is connected in a network. So if you are going to change one value over one ledger, you have to change that value on every ledger that is connected to that network. So that is impossible because node is like 100, 200, 1,000 nodes are connected at each time. So the more nodes are connected in a network, the more secure the blockchain network is. So this is how a blockchain works. Okay. Now coming to the pillars of the blockchain technology. So if you talk about the pillars of the blockchain technology, like the main important stuff of the blockchain. So what are these? These are decentralization. The first one is decentralized. I have already talked about how it is decentralized. Blockchain is decentralized, and what is the good use of you can say decentralization, like over centralized system. And if you talk about transparency, so transparency is like you can see, like here itself you can see like on Etherscan. I'll just open Etherscan website, and I can see the latest block list, latest transaction. So if you talk about this transaction done 35 seconds ago, let's open this. It's taking time. Is my internet is slow or Etherscan is slow? I don't know. You guys can also open like in your website or whatever you are on. Okay. Like you can see, I just click on the latest transaction, and you can see the transaction hash. So this is the random number. You can say this is the hash. This is in encrypted form. No one can decrypt it, and what the real value of this transaction is. Like it is random. You can say transaction has. Okay, the status is success. Like it was successfully mined on the blockchain. And what is the block number? Block number is this. So you can see like this is like how much is like block number one, two. So it is a million kind of thing, like million of blocks are mined till now. So the next transaction or next block will be, this is 38538, and next block will be 539, and next will be 540. This is how a blocks works. The first block was like, will be block one, and the latest block will be like this thing, like 538, 540, 541, and all these things. And what else? There is timestamp, you can see, confirmed within 30 seconds, because it took 30 seconds approx. So to get mine, and from, like, this is the address who did the transaction and interacted with this contract. So even contract, when you talk about contract, it is a kind of a smart contract. It is a contract, smart contract, and the smart contract also has a value, address. This is the address of the smart contract to which the user interacted with. And what he did, see what he did, in this transaction, what he did, he transferred, like, this address transferred to this thing. How much token? This much of token, like, what is the token name? Staked Cerberus token. So this is the name of token through which he interacted with. Like, he transferred this amount of token, Cerberus token, to this address. So you can see everything is transparent. Everything is transparent, and you can see the value is 0 ether, because he didn't transfer an ether. Instead, he transferred this amount, this token. So even you can create your own token. Talk about my token, like if I talk about the and my token, like suppose Satyar token. So I can create a Satyar token and transfer some tokens to anyone. Like, I just need their address, and I can transfer that much token. Okay, transaction fees, like if you are going to do any transaction on Ethereum or any blockchain, you have to pay some transaction fees, which transaction fees will be collectively distributed to the miner who are mining these blocks. Okay, so in forms of reward, they are going to get your transaction fees. And this is the gas price. So gas price is like kind of supply chain, demand and supply thing. So if the demand is higher and supply is less, the gas price will increase. So that is a different topic. And burned and all these things. Input data, you can see even in input data, what he did, he called a function. He called a function on a stake of this smart contract and did some transaction, right? So you can see everything on the blockchain. Everything blockchain is transparent, right? You can see everything. Only the thing you can't see is, like, what is the name of the vendor, what is the name of the receiver, where he lives, what is his Aadhaar number, what is his address, what is his number. You can't see that thing, right? Because this thing doesn't need KYC. It is open for everyone. Even a small kid with 7 years can do a transfer of like millions and millions rupees to anyone. So this is the power of blockchain. They don't need KYC. Hey, you need to be adult. You need minimum age of 18 years. Then only you can vote, or right. So this is wrong, totally wrong. Even if you are minor, like if your age is 16, 17, you can't open a bank account in normal Indian banks. You need someone like even if your account is getting opened, it will be called as minor account or kind of thing. So this is the power of blockchain. You don't need KYC kind of thing. Don't need any. You just need, what you need is funds. You just need money. So that's what you need, and you can do anything you want. So this is the power of blockchain, you can say. Now the second term, transparency, is done. I showed you how it is transparent too much. And third is immutable. I've already talked about immutable thing. Like every transaction, every record that are stored in the blockchain are immutable. And I'll just show you right now how it is immutable. Suppose you did a transaction like this transaction here. It is okay. You take any transaction here, amount transferred, and just show me something. I'll just zoom.
Hey Kumar, can I interrupt for some questions in between?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So Lokesh has a follow-up question waiting for about some time. He asked, is it possible to create your own chain? So that we answered, but won't it be public then? Like, will it be public or will it not be public?
See, if you're talking about blockchain, it totally depends on you. You want to create your own public blockchain or private blockchain, right? But generally, don't create our own blockchain. Why we need that? We need only when you are opening a kind of company or kind of thing, you need your personal blockchain. But we don't need a personal blockchain, because creating a own blockchain is like lot of stuff, man. You have to write code. Like I don't know what will be the logic. You need a cryptographic algorithm. You need everything that is required for creating our own blockchain. So why you are planning to? You just don't need to create. Yes, you can create your own blockchain, but we don't do that really. We just what we use. There are a lot of blockchain. I'm sure like you have heard of only two or three blockchain like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cosmos, Polkadot, and but you won't believe there are more than 100 or 200 blockchains that are already there and with different use case. Even you if you talk about blockchain like there is something like I am not remembering the name. There's a blockchain which can be mined on the phone, right? What was that pi network or kind of thing. So I'm not sure about that technology, but I have heard of from few of my friends like, hey, there's a pi network which through which you can mine pi on phone. So there are a lot of location. There are a lot of blockchain already there in the market with different use cases. If you want to create your own blockchain, you can do that. If you want to create that thing public, you can do that. If you want to make that thing private only to you, you can do that. So it totally depends on you, but generally we don't create blockchain. Instead what we create apps, we create applications on blockchain. We create tokens, we create our own cryptocurrencies on blockchain. And if you talk about Ethereum, like Ethereum is a good blockchain, you can say, where you can create a crypto. So you can do that. So I think Arpan, like, just tell me when will be the last session, and in with the last session, what we will do, we will create our own cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that will be the major, I would say,
Oh,
like making
super
our
cool.
own kind of. So everyone can create their own token, like cryptocurrency. Like you will be creating Arpan token, Lokesh will be creating Lokesh token, or whatever you want to give the name to. Like look, Elon Musk token, Narendra Modi token, anything you want to take. So that will be free of cost. Like I just mentioned about you just need money, but we will be creating our tokens on the test network. We are not going to do on the Ethereum network because for that we need funds. But surely we are going to create our own token. That will be like last session,
Amazing.
creating your cryptocurrencies. That
Okay,
would be fun also. Like so, yeah.
cool.
So
Just one more
yeah.
question in the chat.
Yeah.
Anurag is asking, as this transaction takes too much time, then there is a chance of data manipulation?
See, Anurag, like if you're talking about the transaction, so while transaction is getting mined, you can change it, but after it is mined, you can't change it. But generally, it doesn't take more than 10 to 15 seconds or 1 minute. More than that, I don't think any transaction just take that. Even if any transaction is going to take a longer time, then the transaction will be likely going to be likely failed. So that is the thing. So I don't think the you can change it, right? So be sure of this thing. Like you can't manipulate data or blockchain. You can't do that.
Okay, cool. I guess then
Uh,
those are all the questions. Please continue.
yes, Lokesh is also asking, can our own chain be linked to other public chain and possibly change other data? Okay. Lokesh, like you are going to create your own blockchain, okay, and link to the other public chain. See, the thing is, you can't make a blockchain talk to another blockchain. Right. If you talk about Ethereum and Bitcoin, these two blockchains are different. They can't talk to each other. They can't transfer their data to each other. Like I'll just take an example. What I showed you here, like okay, this thing. This was the address of someone. Like suppose this is your address of Ethereum, right? And you are going to transfer Bitcoin to this address. Thus, your Bitcoin will be getting lost, man. You won't receive your Bitcoin to this address any anyway. Like you are not going to do receive that. Your Bitcoin will be lost. Okay, because this is the address of Ethereum blockchain. And what you are going to do, you are going to transfer Ethereum to this, sorry, Bitcoin to this address. So this address doesn't know how to process Bitcoin thing. So your Bitcoin will be lost. So don't even dare to do that. You can't do that. For that, we have a different kind of thing. We use, if you want to transfer Bitcoin to Ethereum address, we have something called as wrapped it, wrapped Bitcoin. Just search WT BTC, and you will get wrapped BTC. What is this West Bengal? See this, yes, wrapped Bitcoin. So you can see wrapped Bitcoin is an ERC20 token backed with one all kind of things. So this is wrapped. When we say wrapped, Bitcoin is wrapped and made compatible for Ethereum blockchain. So Ethereum can now process this thing, but you can't transfer Bitcoin to Ethereum thing. So this is how thing works in the blockchain. One blockchain can't talk to another blockchain. We need something in the middle. Like if you have heard Polygon Matic, so Polygon Matic network. So it is the Ethereum's Internet of Blockchain. According to this thing, what you can do, you can make all the blockchain talk to interact with each other. See, there is Ethereum. Ethereum can talk to Polkadot, custom network. Even custom network can be your own blockchain. It can talk to Cosmos. This is a type of blockchain. Ethereum 4, Quorum. So you need something which can make you talk with different blockchain. So you need something, you can say you need some middleware, which will help you to talk one blockchain with another. And the technology same. See, the technology same. I don't understand if you're talking about Ethereum, you can't create your own Ethereum, right? You just look if you can't create your like own. You are why you are planning to create your own blockchain. I'm not going to understand. Like you are just the thing is like
Simple. It's about money. Why don't I create my own blockchain? Why not? So that is a very valid question in all our heads, I would say.
no, but I don't think there is a use case of creating. Okay, like okay,
Yeah, if you
you
create
can
your
do.
own currency basically, and other people are mining it, so
Yeah,
probably.
see, Arpan. The thing is like creating your own cryptocurrency is good, but creating your own blockchain is like stuff, man. You need research and all kind of thing. You need to be a mathematician, kind of. You need mathematician in your team. You need, I don't know what you need for creating your own blockchain, because blockchain is kind of thing. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. To be honest, like blockchain is too large. Like if you talk about Ethereum, Vitalik did a research of like 5 to 6 years, and he was a mastermind, and he had got great team with him, and that's how he created Ethereum at very young age. Yeah, that's true. He created a good blockchain. Like mainly this Bitcoin is Ethereum is the second most popular blockchain after Bit, but still he did that. So Lokesh, yes, you can do that thing, but I'm not sure how your use case is going to be. Like if you're talking about interacting with different blockchain, maybe your blockchain can do that if you make uh, like if you write code according to that. Like the thing is that I'm interested about the security of data in the blocks. If we someone can pass through on path link. I'm looking about security of data in blocks. If we somehow we can make pass through our own path or link. Okay, so you are trying to say like you are going to create own blockchain, and with that blockchain you are going to interact with Ethereum blockchain, and you can create your own path to your own blockchain, if I'm not wrong. So the thing is no. Right, the thing is you can't do that. See, Lokesh, the thing is like in Ethereum blockchain or any blockchain, the chains are all the blocks are using a single algorithm that is written by Ethereum. Like you can say whatever block they are using are SHA 256 or kind of I don't know SHA 256 algorithm. Yes. So this is the algorithm they are using for cryptography, and they can't be, you can say, changed or interacted with different kind of blockchain. You can say no middle thing can interact with them. If you're talking about like this chain, where is okay this chain, and you are planning, you will have different blocks, and you can just create your own link to that block. You can't do that. You have to create your own blockchain, and what you can do, you can interact with these blocks, and but you can't change that, right? The thing is like that. Whatever I have understood, if you have I have understood your question right. So you can't do that. You can't change with Ethereum blockchain with another blockchain data. So you can't do that. That's impossible. That is why blockchain is called immutable, and you can say yeah immutable, because you can't change any data, because it is using its own algorithm. right? And if you are planning to create your own blockchain, you be creating your own algorithm, right? So this is the thing. Yes,
Cool,
fine.
amazing. Thank you for answering it patiently. Yeah, let's continue. And also, people, if you are further looking to interact with Kumar and get more resources on blockchain, here's a link to a channel that I've posted. Please go ahead and join it. Maybe after the session. Let's continue with the session now. Yeah.
Okay, so this is done. This is done. Okay. Well, I have talked about it. Now the thing is types of the blockchain. So what was his name? Lokesh. Okay, so Lokesh was talking about the creating your own blockchain. So guys, he is right. You can create your own blockchain, and that can be public or private. So right now there are two types of blockchain in the market. That is public blockchain and private blockchain. And there is one another hybrid blockchain, but we generally don't talk about that hybrid blockchain because it is clear like if there is public and private, there will be a middle thing like hybrid, which will consist of a public and private both. So, so in public blockchain, what it is like everything is public. Whatever you are seeing that these transactions, right? You can see if you go to etherscan.io, you can see all the transactions that are being there. Yeah, latest transactions, latest block, ether price, transaction difficulty, market cap, everything you can see right now. Like this was the latest transaction 1 minute ago. This was the latest transaction, latest block 1 minute ago. So you can see everything is open or everything is public. Everyone in the whole world can open this website, etherscan.io, and can see who did the transaction and what transaction was about. So this is what a public blockchain is. And if you talk about private, like private blockchain is like uh, you can't see that thing. So coming more into the deep, like in public blockchain, it is a permissioned system. Anyone can join the network, but a select few can take care of consensus and overall network. So what this line is about, like in Ethereum, you can do transaction, you can send money to anyone, right? But what you can't do, you can't validate the transaction. You can't what you can see these transactions are getting stored in the block. You can't do that. General people can't do that. For that, you need to a miner and a software and a hardware that will be running on your say miner. The software will be running on your miner, Ethereum miner, and then all the transaction will be added to this. Then only you can be a Ethereum blockchain miner, right? But only select a few can. Like the thing is like not everyone do that. Not everyone is going to mine and earn rewards because there are a lot of disadvantages of mining Bitcoin or Ethereum. You first of all, the thing is you need a good hardware. You can't mine Bitcoin or Ethereum on your just normal laptop. What you need high processor, graphics card, GPU, like everything you need. You need some fans and like you need supercomputer kind of thing. Not supercomputer, but like a good, decent specifications hardware for mining a blockchain, any blockchain, Ethereum or Bitcoin. So there is a kind of thing, Bitcoin miner. If you will search Bitcoin mine, Bitcoin. I'm not suggesting you to mine, but I'm just showing you just of curiosity. So these are the miners. You can see it is the price are like 8,49,000 kind of thing. You can see this is like approx 8 lakhs and some rupees. So it is minor. You can see this setup with graphics card. So you need this kind of hardware for like you can see the content of this package. It is a Pentium Gold processor, and I don't know what it is. What it is, I don't know, man. So you can see this mainly the gaming specification GeForce RTX are used in the miner so that you can mine something, right? It will cost around total price. It will cost around if you are buying all the things. So it will be approx 10 lakhs. So you can see you need investment of 10 lakh rupees just for this thing. And when you talk about electricity bill, you can see like Bitcoin mining. I'll just search it. Bitcoin mining electricity cost or consumption. Uh, You can see how much it costs around like 1137 kilowatt hours of electricity. You can see like it is too much, man, too much. Uh, and Bitcoin network consumes around this thing like gigawatt a day. So in order to produce like 900 Bitcoin, so it takes a lot of energy. So you can't just set up this Bitcoin miner in your home and you can use it, because then the whole electricity of the city will be getting consumed by you itself. The government will strike at your home and say, "Hey, what are you, illegal thing you are doing?" So this is the thing, you can't generally mine Bitcoin at your home right now, but you can do with small miners. You can do that. I'm not suggesting that thing, buddy. You can see like it consists of 5,000 rupees kind of thing, a small one. But you can't. We generally don't do that, right? So where it was there. But what you can do, you can make any transaction on the public blockchain. So this is what public blockchain is. Now examples are Stellar, Ripple, EOS, anything like Bitcoin, Ethereum, any blockchain you have heard of right now are kind of public and permission blockchain. Right. And we talk about private blockchain. Private blockchain are kind of thing where you need permission, where you need kind of permission from someone who will add you to their network, who will add you to their private blockchain. Then only you are allowed to do any transaction or you can see anything. So you can, if you read permission blockchain, is where members need to get permission to enter the system, and only a chosen few nodes are allowed to make administrative decisions. So there are kind of administrating thing, there is kind of centralized thing in private blockchain. Only they are going to add you to that block, and then sorry blockchain, and then only you can do transaction. You can see data. So many companies have created consortium using protocols like Hyperledger Fabric. So if you have heard of Hyperledger Fabric, it is a type of private blockchain. It is a private blockchain, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, public blockchain, and Hyperledger Fabric. Just remember this word. If someone asks you, just give me an example of private blockchain. Just remember Hyperledger Fabric. So Hyperledger Fabric is a kind of private blockchain, right? So for this, like companies in India, like if you talk about TCS, Tech Mahindra, all these companies are what they are using. They are using private blockchain where the data is with themselves. It is kind of, you can say it is a kind of centralized system, but it is a decentralized, of course, because it is blockchain. The thing is like in the blockchain, you just need permission in order to interact with this blockchain. So I think that's all from my side. And yeah, the last thing is application of blockchain. So if you talk about the applications of the blockchain, so all the blockchain's applications are the share economy. So all these economy, like what we are doing, like if you are using Uber, Airbnb, all these economy things which are using, right. So these can be converted into decentralized system, right? Right now we have Uber, but that is centralized. Every information which you are from, where you are going, where you are traveling, how much you are uh, paying right now is getting stored in the database of Uber, and anyone like the, of course, the owner of the Uber can see that, and like they can track you down. The government can track you down if they want. But if you make an app, I don't know if their app exists or not. You can make kind of decentralized Uber, Ola, or kind of Airbnb, Oyo. So you can make decentralized app. You can think of any idea of how you can create these apps in a decentralized fashion, where everything will be stored in the blockchain network, and no one will be able to see what you are doing, where you are going, where you are traveling, kind of thing. So the second example is crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is just a good example of like you just recently saw uh, what is that, PM care funds, right? So there are a lot going on the PM care funds, like many people were saying like, hey, there's a corruption going on this thing, because people are transferring the money, and you normal general people were not able to see how much government has received the funds and what is the use case, what they are doing with those funds, right? Even if the government says, hey, we have received 1 crore rupees, they can be lie. They can lie. Of course, even they have received 2 lakh or 2 crore, they can say, hey, we have received only 1 crore rupees. So there is no transparency at all. And if they can, so we have utilized 50 lakh rupees here, 50 lakh rupees here, there is no proof, right? There is no proof, like we can't see that. But if you talk about the initiative that was COVID India released by Sandeep Nailwal, he's the founder of Matic, the Polygon which I showed you right now. He initiated the agenda of crowdfunding in the decentralized manner, where everything was on the blockchain, and every fund sent to the address was public. Like suppose this is the address of just take any example, man. Just take an example. This address. Okay. Just suppose this is the address of mm, PM Care funds, like on blockchain. Like every transaction, like if I send this much of ether, like 32 ether, I send to address. I can see, hey, this amount was sent to the here. And when the PM Care funds, government will utilize those funds, they will have from here and send will send to some like suppose hospital or kind of thing, they need oxygen cylinder, they can send money to this. So we can see all the transactions on the blockchain, right? So in this fashion we can use crowdfunding as an in a decentralized manner. So this is the most you can say good advantage or good use case of the blockchain in the crowdfunding, right? And the governance, of course, the election again coming to the politics thing, like you can see, hey, your EVM was hacked, so that's why you have won. So this is the general phenomenal general thing going on in our India. So what we can do, instead of using EVM, which is centralized, or you can say it is under the election commissioner commission thing, but what we can do, we can move this over a blockchain, and everything, every transaction, every vote, like every vote given to anyone will be like kind of for public. We can restrict it like, hey, on today we are going to have election, we are not going to show the result. Instead we can show the result on 5th December or 10th December. That's fine, you can do that thing. You can write in a smart contract and you can show the result on the dedicated date you want to show at dedicated time. So you can do that, but that thing is like you can't change the data. If someone gave vote to ABCD, then the vote to ABCD is like 1. If I so I can't go and change like, hey, the ABCD vote is like now 0. You can't change that thing. But in EVM it is possible, man, because it is centralized. It is using a program, normal program, computer program. So even if a is equal to B, so you can, A is equal to 1, you can change A is equal to 2. So that is possible. So why don't we shift everything to, you can say, blockchain? This is also a good example in India. We need in few years right now. File storage. File storage is like you are storing the data on databases, like MongoDB or anywhere. So they can be changed, right? They can be changed. They can be hacked or kind of thing. But if you talk about the storing on blockchain, you can do that. But the thing is, if you talk about one blockchain size, one block size of Bitcoin. So you can see a Bitcoin has a block time of 10 minutes. Okay, that's fine. And block size is 1 MB. So you'll say, hey, Satya, 1 MB is too less. Like you can't store anything in MB if the each block size, like we saw here, uh, each block size is like 1 MB. Only we can store 1 MB file in each block. How we are going to store photos and all the files? So for that, we have something known as IPFS. So IPFS is an interplanetary file system. It is a peer-to-peer network here, that's a distributed thing. It uses kind of distributed file storage. So you can't hack it or kind of, and you can store data on IPFS at very low cost. Like it will cost well, like you can do in the free of thing. Only the thing is like it will store on the blockchain. It is stored in the distributed file, and it generates a unique hash ID, and it will give it to you. So even if someone changes the images with any other images, the whole hash will change. So and in this manner, you can check out like, hey, my data was changed. So it can't be changed, right? So this is the reason we use peer-to-peer thing. Okay. So this is an example. File storage, supply chain. In supply chain, I've been just 2 minutes.
All
I'll
right.
just complete. Yeah, just only 3 left. Okay, the
Sure,
supply
sure.
chain. The supply chain is like you are talking about you are ordering something from America. Suppose you are ordering a phone from America, iPhone. You ordered an iPhone from America, but what you received a brick in the box of that iPhone. So what is your fault? It's not your fault. Even it's not government fault. It's not even the fault of the It's not even the fault of the sorry. It who is the culprit in between the supply chain. So the thing is like the delivery boy could be a culprit, or anyone like the custom could be a culprit, like could have changed the iPhone with the brick. So there is no transparency at all, right? So for this, what we can do, we can store. This is a kind of idea. You can store that thing in on over the blockchain, like everywhere, like every checkpoint, the box or the parcel is like received at every checkpoint. They can store uh, the images or kind of thing on the blockchain, and it will have a kind of cryptographic hash. So even if someone try to replace like I don't know how to do that, but it's just idea. So what we can do, we can move everything over the blockchain, like storing of every checkpoint data on the blockchain, and even there will be a change at any point. We can track like, hey, there was an change between America to like I don't know what will be the name of America to Australia kind of thing. So there was a change between this point. So we can track down, narrow it down to this thing. So so this is a good example where we can use the uh, power of blockchain in supply chain. So, and another good, the top, and I will say the most important use case of the blockchain are these two, DeFi and NFT. Okay, so I'll just take 2 minutes, like, and make you understand what is DeFi and NFT. I am already sure you are already aware of NFT right now. Everyone is talking about NFT and DeFi. So DeFi is nothing but it stands for decentralized finance. Okay, so we know finance. We know like how we handle finance in India. In India, what we are using apps like you can say insurance app, like where we can take loan, we can invest money and earn money on that, earn reward on that. We are using all the finance, all these stuff. But uh, anyway, in a way, like anyhow, like these all applications are centralized, right? They are under the power of government, their power of central authority. They can track you down if you do a transaction of 1 lakh rupees. If you just invest 1 lakh rupees, it will just call you at home and hey, how you got 1 lakh rupees? 1 lakh is too small. I'll just transfer 1 crore rupees to your account. You'll get a call from your bank. Why you have 1 crore rupees in your bank? So if you talk about privacy thing, there is no privacy kind of thing in centralized thing. Like bro, hey, it is my money, bro. Like 1 crore rupees mine, I have earned it. So why should I tell you why there is money in my bank? It is my bank, it is my life, my privacy. So why should I tell you from where this money came? Right. So this is the bad thing about democracy, or you can say about the privacy thing. So in centralized thing, everything is under the control of the centralized authority, and they are tracking you down. But if you talk about DeFi, DeFi is like space, kind of space or domain of the blockchain, where you use decentralized kind of thing, finance. You can stake money, you can lend money, you can borrow money. So if you are not aware, you can borrow cryptocurrencies. Like of course in DeFi, what you do, you don't normally borrow INR or Indian rupees or US. Instead, what you borrow and lend, you borrow cryptocurrencies. Suppose you have got one Bitcoin, right? But what you want one Ether, one Ethereum. So how you are going to do that? The first option is like you will find a who has one Bitcoin or one Ethereum, and he wants to swap with zero point 0.5 Bitcoin or whatever the value is, spot price is this. Okay, so you can do that. But the good option is like, why not have an application where you can swap it? Okay, can we do that? Yes, we do that. I will just show you. There's an application known as Uniswap. So Uniswap is a protocol where what you can do, you can swap money. So it is this MetaMask wallet. Just give me a second. show you this letter. Okay, so you can see I have my wallet connected, and I have how much Ethereum? 76 Ethereum in my wallet. Don't be surprised. This is all the fake money. I'm connected to the Ringbit test network. So 76 is rupees zero in Ringbit in original Ethereum. So this is a fake Ethereum. So I have got 76 Ethereum, and I want to swap it with you can say any token. Like I talked about Bitcoin, right? So I can swap with this Bitcoin, red Bitcoin. So we can swap it. So I'm not sure what is the value. So you can see if I swap with one Ethereum, I will just receive this much amount of Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin, because one wrapped Ether is like this much. So I want to swap this much, I will receive this much of this Ethereum. So sorry, wrapped Bitcoin. So I can swap it. You can see managed token. Matic, is there Matic? No. And Uniswap. Yeah, if we will talk about Uniswap. Uniswap. Okay. So we want to swap Ethereum with Uniswap. So we can do that. Just type your Uniswap token, how much you want, and you have got Ethereum. So you can swap it. But it is showing insufficient Uni balance because we are swapping Uni with Ethereum, but I have got Uniswap. So what you will do, you will just now we can swap it. So you can see one Ethereum is like one Uni is this much of Ethereum. So if you are having transferring one Ethereum, you will get this much of Uniswap. Okay, so we can swap it. So these are the apps which are there in the market protocols, and where you can swap and even earn money, earn cryptocurrencies on protocol. Where you can lend and borrow. You'll getting on you'll earn rewards and all these things. So even if you talk about TimeSwap, where I'm working, they are also building a lending and borrowing thing. Like I'll show you timeswap.io. So it's like Uniswap, but it's for lending and borrowing. Just open the app. So you can see there's a DAI. DAI is a stable coin. Matic is a cryptocurrency. So you can lend. What you can lend DAI. I have got 900 DAI. I'll lending means you will just stake or you will just invest your DAI in this protocol and you will earn interest. So at maturity, like after the maturity time, after 2 days, what if I invest 112 DAI, I will get 112 and 0.11 DAI and even this much. Like in case someone defaults, like I don't repay or don't do that, I take it back after before the maturity. So that is the thing. Like I'm investing this much and I am getting 122.11 after 2 days. So you can see we can earn money over this thing. So this is the advantages, or you can say, of using DeFi or over normal cryptocurrencies, normal centralized thing. So and normal is and the next is NFT. So NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. It's kind of digital asset over the blockchain. So if you talk about normal cryptocurrencies, one Bitcoin, if you have one Bitcoin and I have two 0.0, suppose you just give what you did, you just gave me one Ethereum, and what I did, I gave you half Ethereum today and half Ethereum tomorrow. So that makes one Ethereum. So that price of one Ethereum will be same as one Ethereum price of whatever you send me today. So not the same price will be there. Spot price will be different, of course, but the value will be same. It's more like if I gave you 100 rupees note and you give me 250 rupees note, that will be same, right? So this is what cryptocurrencies. But if you talk about Kohinoor Hira, that Kohinoor diamond, it is a kind of rare kind of thing. It is one in itself. It is very rare. If I will, if you will give me Kohinoor diamond, and I will give you a duplicate of that Kohinoor Hira, so that will be different from the original one, right? So this is what NFTs. NFTs are the rare collectibles. You can say rare thing, rare assets. You can say which are unique in itself. If you have a photo of your in and upload you on blockchain, it will be unique. And if you take another photo, the something some pixel will be changed. right? So the first photo will be different from the next photo. So if you talk about the digital art, so everything digital asset can be stored on the blockchain, and that can be considered as the NFT. Not only photos or things like Amitabh Bachchan, what he did, he stored his uh, Shairi as NFT on blockchain. Salman Khan also did the same some kind of thing. Not Shairi, something like if you know about Ritviz, like his singer, so he stored his song as an NFT on blockchain. So everyone in the Bollywood, like in the you can say India, is also getting involved in the NFT thing. They are storing their Shairi songs, their photos, their images in the form of NFT, and like people are buying in like if you are going to purchase, you can sell there, and even if you can purchase those Amitabh Bachchan Shairi, and the Shairi will be unique in itself. So you will be the only user, you man in the whole world who will be having those Shairi. Like you can buy it, so it is unique in itself. So this is the advantage of NFT thing. So that's all. There are more applications on the blockchain, but we are that are not too important, but we can talk about it later. So guys, if now Arpan, if you have any question, like
Yes, just before we take up questions, in 1 minute, quickly, if you can share a couple of GitHub open source projects, which maybe the people who have attended could start exploring before we code our blockchain app in the next session.
yes. So first thing is like
And I'll also send everyone. I'll also send it over to you in a feedback email, wherein we get all these links and put it on the channel also.
see the very good website anyone can find for learning gen apps, like is like building games. You can build games here. So I'll just start the course and I'll just show you what it looks like. So so this is the, you can say, website which teaches you how to write a smart contract. So what aim of this game will be, like you will be building zombies factory. Uh, Let me see if we can do that. Yeah. So what you are going to do in the whole game is like you are going to build this zombie, and it the zombie will be different for every user. How it is going to be unique? It is going to follow some cryptography thing. So suppose uh, I'll change this gene of the head. So you can see like there are seven genes. So and seven eyes genes, seven shirt genes, and skin color, eye color, and clothes genes. So you can see every in the in this game, every user will have a different zombie DNA. Okay, so you can see a zombie appearance based on the zombie DNA. So it will be a 16 character integer. So according to this 16 character, you have one, two, three, four, five, six characters, six appearance, different appearance, and these six appearance are divided according to this 16 characters. So I'll just not go into the deep how it works, but it is a good platform where you can explore how you are going to do that, how this website or how this app is going to create your own crypto zombie, right? So uh, it show you how to do that. So, and this is the next chapter. Like if this zombie is going to eat this zombie, so this new zombie will be created. Like you can see their first zombie, like this zombie is like girl and having green, or sorry, having pink hair, and this zombie is going to feed this man. Okay, so new zombie will be created, and this zombie is like new mutant. So this is another game, and all these games are based on the solidity contract, and this is how solidity contract look like. You can see, just I'll just hide it out. So see, this is a normal smart contract. Like it is written in the Solidity language. It is here. It is defined the version, and you import. It's more like a JavaScript, where but the syntax is more like a JavaScript, but is kind of different. You can see the contract in JavaScript you have class, but here it is a contract because this contract is different. So we have a function and this function name, and these are the parameters. Like in JavaScript, you also do the same. And there is a few modifiers which is different. And bool is same. Uint6 is like integer. So these are the names, and you can see these are the functions of the these are the parameters going to pass in this function, right? So this here you are inheriting this function, this contract. It's more like inheritance in JavaScript, okay, or if you are using Java or even C++. Address, you have address, and you are defining, you are using another function. You can see the function and function name and the parameters. And what I did, okay, sorry. And now there are logics which are written here. So you can see these are the logics which are defining feed and multiply function. So you are like you require this, and you are creating this, and you are what you are doing. Target DNA will be a modulus of DNA modulus, and you are creating a new DNA, and that DNA will be plus first DNA and the target DNA, and that divided by 2. So you creating an average of the both DNA and generating a new DNA. So now the most important thing is how it is secured. How you are someone asked how a data is stored in the blockchain, how in an encrypted way. So you can see this line, right? So what is this? This is encryption. KCAC56 is an encryption which is encrypting the word kitty. So if you use this thing, word kitty, the whole encryption or hash will be different. So what we are doing, we are comparing here the species, what we have passed should be equal to this word. And if it is different, don't do that. So if we change this, this won't work. This if statement won't apply. This is kind of encryption, KCAC256. If you will Google it, you will just you can see KCAC online hash function. So it's an online, sorry, you can input hello, and you can see every time a new function, new hash will be generated. So even if you change hello with, even if you change anything, like you can see the whole hash is 1, 2, 3. Even if you type anything like hello and world, and you pass this character and you encrypt it, and new generated hash will be, you will get automatically get a new hash. And if you change anything in the just one character, you can see the whole hash is different from the previous one, right? So this is the power of you can see cryptography, and this is cryptographic hash algorithm is used in blockchain, right? So this is just a sample of a smart contract and how a smart contract look like. And there's another smart contract you can look at. This is a simple one. Mapping is a dictionary kind of thing. And struct, you already know about struct in JavaScript and C++. And uint, already know integer. Mapping is dictionary in, or you can say mapping in, how we say, it will have a key value pair in uh, JavaScript or Java, right? And function, and you can see it's more like a JavaScript and C++. So you need to know about JavaScript in order to know more about Solidity, because the syntax is more like C. And so that's that's all. So
All right, then final time for some final questions. In case you have any more questions, please put into the Q&A tab till we are taking the existing ones. And I'll collect all the links that he has shared and put it on the channel as well. All right, so one final time. Okay, uh, so basically, the first question by Lokesh is, Sir, getting overwhelmed by the terminology. Can you provide a cheat sheet about basic definitions?
yes, I will share the cheat sheet, or you can say the later onwards with Arpan, and Arpan will share with you guys. That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great. Anurag says, as you mentioned during the session, please try to show us how we make our own crypto in next session. So I guess that example that you showed will be helpful.
Yes, see guys, for what I suggest you guys, like till when we meet next for making our own cryptocurrency, till then what you can do, you guys can do, you can learn Solidity basics. So that when in the next session when we will talk about functions and hash and all these things, so you can know like, hey, this I know this syntax, I know this syntax. So you will be already aware of those syntax which are already available on cryptozombies.io. So you can go through it and you can just learn basics and syntax of Solidity language, so that when we meet next time and create our own cryptocurrency, the syntax will be already aware with you, like you will already knowing with all the syntax and how functions are defined, how mappings are defined, how what is the pragma, what is the version, and all kind of things, what is u into 56 and all these things. That is same, because see, any if you talk about any programming language, whether you go in the Python or JavaScript or you choose any language, right? The logic is same. If you are talking about writing a factorial program, the logic will be always same. It is not going to be changed. The thing is to be changed is like the syntax. If you are writing in the Python, you need print, and if you are talking about C++, you are going to use cout. Okay, and in JavaScript, you are going to console.log. In Solidity, what you are going to do, you have to find out. So that is the thing. The syntax is different. The logic is always so. It is same in every concept. So I would just recommend you go through the syntax and see how the syntax looks like in Solidity, and the logic will be same. And we will teach you like in the next session.
Amazing. Okay, so moving to the Q&A tab. First question again by Anurag. As per your view, what is the major problem or cons with blockchain?
See, the current, if you talk about the current implementation, the major problem or cons is like the gas price, because right now everyone is using Ethereum. The supply is increasing. Okay, sorry, the supply is decreasing, but demand is increasing. So due to this, the gas price of transactions are increasing day by day. Like if you talk about today, what is the gas price today? Uh, Wait, let me just check gas price of Ethereum. Just open me show today. So today it is 114 GUI, right? So this is the 114 GUI is approx. I don't know what it is, how much. So if you talk about general average thing, like average dollar is like 9 to $10 USDC. So that is the current gas price you have to, the gas fees you have to pay right now in order to do any transaction on the blockchain. So, but the thing is like every day this is increasing. So also the solution is there in the market. The Ethereum 2.0 is coming. So when the Ethereum 2.0 will come, like it is estimated that the gas price will automatically decrease. So you don't have to worry about that. But till the development for development purpose, you don't need gas, but you don't need any real value, real asset. You don't need money. What you need fake value. You get fake value. Just try how I got like 76 ether. You can get any amount of Ethereum you want. That will be for development purpose. So you can use fake ether for development, and you don't need anything else. So I think that's good. That is a good part for now.
Super cool. So next question is again by Lokesh. If we store normal data in blockchain, will it be like deep web? I guess dark web.
Okay, no. See, dark web is not you can't access normally dark web, right? But if you talk about blockchain, I just showed you right now. Like you can see who did who what. Even if you got to know Elon Musk address, like if you somehow Elon Musk publish, hey, this is my public address. So what you will do, the first thing you will do, you will copy his address and go to the Etherscan and see what are the transactions Elon Musk generally do. So this is the thing. It is the normal blockchain, public blockchain is public. You can see everything. So you can't store, you can't, it's not dark web where you need Tor browser or kind of thing, VPN and all these things to access, and it is illegal. Of course, dark web is illegal, but blockchain is not illegal. You can do anything you want. And if you are talking about storing normal data in blockchain, you can do that. It's not like dark web. It's like storing data on torrent. You can say what you how you download torrent data. There are some seeders who seeding continuously, and you are downloading that thing, right? So that's how normal blockchain peer-to-peer works. I showed you the IPFS. Just explore that thing, and you will get how data is stored in IPFS network.
Nice. Okay. Next is Daksh. Can you explain how crowdfunding works?
The thing is like just replace. I just don't want to involve in the politics, but just replace PM cares at YBL or what was the UPI address with the address, public address of Ethereum. That's all what you need. So every transaction that will be done, you can see on the network. So just ask our authority, hey, please replace this thing with a cryptocurrency address, Ethereum address, and we will send ethers, not money, INR. So whatever transaction we will do that in that way. So we can see all the transactions, or everyone can see the transaction in the transparent. So that's how crowdfunding works. So if you talk about the technology, so what they are using, you can make an app where people will send funds, and the fund will be stored in the smart contract. Okay. So when you talk about the smart contract storing the fund, it is secure. You don't have to take tension of like the funds will be stolen or all things. It will be stored over the blockchain, so it is there safely. So you don't need to take tension like, hey, funds will be getting hacked and all these things. So you can make an app, crowdfunding app. Just Google out how to make a crowdfunding app in centralized way. Just replace the database with Ethereum. That's all.
Cool. Final two questions. One is by Lokesh again. Uniswap is an NFT as well as a swap service provider.
See, Uniswap does have, it is not, okay, you are talking about the token I showed. So Uniswap is a cryptocurrency. Lokesh was the man who was making his own blockchain. Yeah. So Lokesh, suppose you make your own blockchain from like, suppose 2 years from now, like in 2023 or 24, you just make your own blockchain. You just name your blockchain like whatever you want, with like Lokesh block. Okay. So when you make your own blockchain, you will be planning to make your own cryptocurrency also, because you want to regulate it. You want, if you are making your own blockchain, you want that your own currency should be there on that blockchain, right? For that, you are going to create your own cryptocurrency that will be called Lokesh chain or Lokesh coin kind of thing. So in that order, Lokesh chain will be a blockchain also, and Lokesh coin will be a cryptocurrency. In the same fashion, Uniswap is a token also, and it is a swap service provider also, as you are saying. It is called protocol, of course. So every protocol in DeFi space have its own cryptocurrency. Like if you talk about my company, like TimeSwap, we are having a protocol, right? But right now we don't have a cryptocurrency, but we are making our own cryptocurrency, that is Timecoin. Okay, so time cryptocurrency, TIME. So the name could differ also. So the thing is like, if you are going to make your own protocol on blockchain, you are going to plan your own to make your own, like just like Tesla did. Tesla created its own cryptocurrency, right? Tesla, and soon Elon Musk will be ready with, hey, my cryptocurrency is like Elon. So this is how it works.
Amazing. In case you are planning to give away any free coins of your own cryptocurrency to the attendees, we will get a lot more people to join in.
What we can do, like
just kidding.
In the final session, what we will going to do, we will be going to make our own cryptocurrencies, and then we will going to flex it around like crypto on Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere. Hey, I made our own cryptocurrency. This is my name. This is my cryptocurrency. So
Yes.
yeah, we will do that.
So this session is like be a billionaire in 5 sessions, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
nice. So, okay, fine. Final set of questions which have appeared. Since you shared this cryptozombies.io, is it enough to build our basics?
Yes,
Okay.
Crypto Zombies is the best website, best resource I will say for getting involved in the Solidity, it's learning smart contract, interacting with blockchain and the front end, and it's more like you will say if you are talk about normal client and server architecture, you have front end and you have got back end, and there is nothing like in between. There is an API, but here you need an library which is going to interact with the blockchain with your front end app, of course. So that you can say that middleware is known as Web3.js, or this library is known as Web3. That's why we call it Web3 space, you can say. So there's also another library called Ethers. So in the zombies, you are going to learn all these things like library front end. If you know React is also a good thing for making of front end. For backend, of course, there is a smart contract. You will I think crypto zombies is the best resource you can learn anything about creating your own app, right?
Cool. Okay, so final set of questions from Sandeep Shukla. First is what are the requirements for coding or maybe the prerequisites? And the second is when we will start making our first app or when we will make our first app.
See, I will say the requirement is you should have enthusiasm. You should be enthusiastic about learning anything new, because blockchain coding on blockchain is different from normal develop art. Because here what you need some you need to take security measures in account in order when you are while creating a, you can say, your own app, because blockchain is kind of very secure thing. You can't upgrade, because if you talk about normal apps, you see like there are normal updates there. Like if there is a vulnerabilities or bug in any app, you can update, and you can update, go and Play Store and upgrade it, download it from there. But if you talk about normal smart contract, normal dapps on blockchain, you can't do that, because just I mentioned, like everything is stored on the blockchain, is immutable. So once it is deployed on blockchain, you can't change it, man. There can't have Facebook 1.0 and Facebook 1.2. So you can't have that thing. Like you are your own app, like make my own app, the app, Instad app. Suppose Instad app is already there. So they can't upgrade like Instad app 1.0, Instad app 1.1, and Instad app 1.2. Once it is deployed on blockchain, it is permanent for there. You change it. So you have to take security concerns and all things in mind. But if you talk about request, the thing is like you need to know about Solidity. You should know about something about front end, like basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript. JavaScript is must, because script is the library which is going to interact with the blockchain, and I don't think you need anything else. Just Solidity and the front end part. That's all. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and Solidity. That's all.
Super cool. So we should we be able to start coding in the next session then?
Just one more session about the Ethereum and the thing smart contract, about cryptocurrencies, and from the next to that session we can start making our own app.
Okay.
Arpan, how many sessions we are going to have? Like,
So that we'll have to basically discuss and think
okay,
about how many should we have in those lines. Maybe we
okay,
can put the next session partially in terms of slides and then
exactly,
partially
exactly,
using
exactly.
boilerplate code where they code
Yes.
very less but they build the app, and the session post that they code everything from scratch. Maybe.
Exactly. But for now, everyone, please go through the basics of the Solidity, because from the next session when we will talk about Solidity, so you should be already knowing about the and how we are going to build apps. So just go through the zombies and see how the structure is there, like how Solidity looks like. That will be plus point for in the next
And
session.
please put your questions in the channel. We'll reach out to Kumar for all the questions that are there and try to get answers from him as soon as possible and reply to your messages over there. All right. So I guess this has been a very, very, very informative session. And he's been speaking for about 2 hours nonstop with so much patience and clarity, I would say. even a lot of things that I didn't understand earlier, I got a lot amount of clarity on that. And the same goes for everyone who has been listening and attending. So thank you so much, everyone who has joined in on a Saturday. And super duper duper thanks to Kumar for taking out this much amount of time, putting in effort for building those slides and planning the sessions out with us. We'll soon have a discussion, and we'll announce the next session, send out the links to all the people who have attended today, and to the people in community. So yeah, I would say till then, a huge thanks, and high five to everyone and everything for joining in, and trying to ask as many questions so that you understand better, and trying to share from Kumar's end that he took up almost, I think, each and everything pinpointed with a lot of examples. So yes, and also if you're looking to access the recording of this session, you can come back to the same URL after 5 minutes and it will be available. We are basically live streaming it on YouTube via Communal, and it is getting recorded over there, and we'll embed the same link back on this page. So everything will also get delivered to your emails. And once again, thank you so much. And with this, we conclude the session. Have a super duper great weekend, and we'll see you again.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you so
Sarpan.
much. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.